Hi, my loves. Hi, my loves. Welcome. If you guys don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator. Whew, and I've been raging Cajun for the last couple weeks. I'm just going to gesture wildly at the world, including if you're in America or government. So, things have been really difficult, and this is a place where I pull piles of cards for you guys. Sometimes it'll just be one card, sometimes it'll be two, sometimes it'll be three. You pick the card or the cards that you're drawn towards, and then you get an extra message for your week. But we start with something called Astrofuckery. And the whole point of me doing all of this is so that we can harness the energy that's at our fucking fingertips and hopefully make it work for us in a grounded, practical, realistic way that we can actually knowing full well the plans don't make us do shit. Before you at me, if you think that I have not tried to blame my shit on Mercury, he's a problem. Okay? Especially when it goes retrograde, we got problems, bruh. Okay? But unfortunately, he doesn't make me do shit. I am responsible. So this is a place where we take responsibility, we face our shit, we go deeper, and we make sure that we're really making choices from a place that feels morally right to us. So just addressing rather quickly, because I don't think that when some of you guys are saying this stuff, you mean anything mean or you're trying to come at me or whatever. But when you guys ask me not to be political, when you guys, listen, it's not all of you, it's only a handful. Or you guys ask me not to talk about politics or bring politics into the spiritual work that we're doing. You don't think I wouldn't rather be talking about Sasquatch and string cheese? If you guys have been following me for any amount of time, Silly Goose, some of my nicknames are the Duchess of Donuts, the Cuss Mouth Angel, and I had another friend call me the Tarantino of Tarot. We like to have fun here. All I want to do is have a good time. If I could just sit and lounge and let people feed me, take care of me, and we could just talk about funny, fun shit and find ways to make this life work for us using the energies at play, my God. You guys think I don't want that? So, the fact that I have to talk about politics because it's a moral issue to me. The reason why I'm bringing this stuff to you is because it does affect our daily life. Unfortunately, now these politics, and how privileged of us that we can say at this point, it's finally affecting our lives, okay? But we need to fucking deal with it. And guys, if I see a Nazi issue, I am never going to shut the fuck up. It's our moral obligation to stand up against that bullshit and fight it till our last fucking breath. Which brings me to, I just want to introduce you guys, okay? So, I've never been so proud of something. I've never felt so safe and secure. Her name is Lucille, and I would like you guys to meet my newest love interest. Here she is. Oh yeah, the bat. Oh yeah. All I need is a red bandana. All I need is a red bandana. So when I say I stand 10 toes down on we ain't taking that Nazi shit, please know I come with backup. Okay. Also, if you guys are interested in the same thing, she's beautiful, handmade. You can find her on Amazon. Let me know. I'll send you guys a link. What I love about it is that you say the name Lucille, or people see that bat. And most people know Negan from The Walking Dead. And I left this season when the whole thing with Glenn happened. But that imagery, do you know what I'm saying? So that comes already with imagery, so I don't have to say it. This thing means business. It's just up to me getting the right swing down. So it's giving me something to work upon. We have a new goal that we've got right now. But I think it's just, it makes me feel safe and protected. So this week, just another side note, find things that make you feel safe and protected. Hashtag self-care. Okay. So just know, hashtag self-care. All right. If you guys are into that shit, and listen, that wasn't a threat to anybody, unless you're a Nazi. Then it's a promise, baby. Okay. I just, let's get into the astrofuckery. You guys fucking ready? Let's fucking do this. But I mean, honestly, to those guys saying to me that like, don't get like, do you think I wanted this? You think I wanted to get political? So please know where I'm coming from in my heart, that I see this as a moral fucking issue. I want to make sure you guys know what the fuck is going on so that you guys can keep yourself safe and fucking protected. That's my literal fucking job, isn't it? Isn't that my literal fucking job, where I warn you guys about shit coming up and I try to fucking help? So I just think, I don't know, I think it's kind of wild that some of you guys, and again, I don't think all of you guys mean bad stuff about it, but it's like, yeah, well, I can't afford to not pay attention, and neither can my friends. So I'm going to make sure that you guys know. All right. So if we're clear, we're clear. All right. Let's move into the next. Let's talk about this astrofuckery, because y'all, we got a full moon coming up on Wednesday. And it's going to be in the sign of Leo. Oh boy. Hey, loud and brash. Here we fucking go. Some people doing the most for attention. Hold on tight. Okay. Literally starting on Monday, this is like today, Mercury is square Uranus. And so when Mercury squares Uranus, this is maybe some loud, upsetting information coming our way. Maybe something that rocks our world around what we thought, or a certain thought process. I would say Mercury, what we're thinking and speaking about, right? The information that we're exchanging. I would say here with Mercury too, like, just making sure, is the information right, real, and true? And so when it's squaring like a huge generational planet like Uranus, there might be some misinformation coming through. Maybe there's question marks about like what's right, real, and true. And so like, who were we hearing this from? Which is interesting, right? Because Uranus is still in the sign of Taurus, which is fixed. So I'm wondering if we're going to hear a lot. And to me, that very much has a vibe of like, and a lot of people say earthquakes, or like very geological stuff going on. And so maybe we're looking at, maybe we're getting difficult information today around resources. I think that goes pretty along with the macro of what's happening right now. And so Monday we get some difficulty around that. I think we're getting some information, maybe even some scary, disorienting, chaotic information is coming through about that. Also too, I don't know if you guys have heard over the weekend, but I mean, Justin Trudeau, the president of Canada, right? President, or is it prime minister? The dude that runs Canada. Okay. The handsome man that runs Canada. Side note. I'm putting it out there, right? For all those that agree. This man is full on preparing for war with us. They're cutting off our resources that we normally take care of for each other. So there might be more places coming up saying that they're prepared for war for us. Trump has made it very clear that he wants to take Canada, Greenland, Mexico, and I think Panama. We already heard about Gaza Strip. Where is he going to get all the people to fight all this stuff? So I also think too, we're looking at resources. We're looking at the military. How many people, now that they've gotten rid of DEI, like you got rid of half your people. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of resources and resources issue. Also too, is this information coming through right, real, and true. So even if this is, maybe you're not paying fully attention to the microly in our own life, that might be looking at our resources, looking at, maybe you go to the grocery store today and you're like, excuse me, $10 for creamer? I'll milk the cow my fucking self. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, Mercury's kind of talking to us here and telling us about all the bullshit and fuckery going on. And I think also too, you know, Mercury right now, I think Mercury just wants us to look out for the little guy. I think it wants us to look out for everybody. And how do we take care of these, because, you know, Mercury's in Aquarius. Like, how do we take care of this resource issue for everybody? So I think Monday is going to bring through some difficult stuff, both in the world view and the American view and like what's happening here, but also personally, because what are we going to do if we can't get a hold of eggs and milk and keep rocking and rolling, okay? So I just think that, yeah, whatever difficulty comes up today, sit down and listen to it. Maybe this is a good time to do our research, because Aquarius here likes all the fucking research. Maybe also too, knowing here with that square and that information coming through, going and knowing where like your resources are around you right now is going to be deeply fucking important. AKA say your water gets cut off, but you know where the spring is for the town. That's free access. Anybody can get water there. Do you feel? Okay. So know where your resources are at, know where your people are at, where are we going to get stuff? Maybe even starting to research now who offers cheaper meat. Maybe like one of the things me and my husband were talking about, going in with a friend on like a cow. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that might be cheaper if we go in with a couple people on an animal, like if we're going to need meat going forward. And if you're not already a hunter, if you already can't take care of those things. And so just where the fuck are our resources, okay? And then Wednesday really is this full moon in the sign of Aquarius. No, I'm sorry. Full moon in the sign of Leo. The sun is in Aquarius. And we've got Uranus squaring the fuck out of this full moon. So again, loud, boisterous, just from the Leo side. We're not even talking about Uranus yet. So when we've got the moon square Uranus, like this is going to be, we're emotionally looking at those resources. And so maybe it might be some figures coming up right now saying that they can help, that they can support, that they'll be able to show up for these things. Like I would be very careful. And again, vetting your resource, knowing exactly who the fuck this person is, making sure I'm getting the right resources for what the fuck I need, making sure I'm tuned in for just in case instead of what maybe necessarily what other people are telling me. What the fuck do I actually need for my home? What do I actually need for my emotional, what do I need for my emotional safety? Because guys, Leo, the Leo moon, the sun in Aquarius, and then Uranus and Taurus, this is so much fixed energy. And if you've ever met fixed energy, good luck telling them anything. They ain't moving for shit unless the information coming in would give them a reason to. And with Uranus coming in here, we're looking at our resources. We're looking at our actual earth and geological stuff going on. There's going to be maybe there's earthquakes coming up. Maybe there's a huge volcano exploding. Maybe there's like tectonic plates blowing up. Do you know what I'm saying? There's going to be something geological going on. Maybe if we're just looking geologically at, you know, the planet and everything that's going on with climate change and how that's going to affect resources and stuff as well. So just this week, I would say maybe on the more personal level, this would be a good time. Like if you got something important to say, this would be I would say another good week. Don't mind being loud and proud. Maybe also too with Leo here in the mix, this can talk about our leaders. And so maybe some difficulty here with that square to Leo, that moon. Maybe there's stuff coming up around leader and leadership. We don't even need to go into it, okay? We already know. We're all watching it. I don't need to get re-triggered and pull out Lucille for my emotional support bat. Hey. Some people have peacocks. Some people have dogs. I have a spiked bat. There's that. Okay, everybody needs something different. Let's respect everyone and their general wishes and needs, okay? But all I'm saying is, like, you know, with all this fixed energy, nobody's budging. Maybe they're going after long-held institutions, some of these leaders, again, okay? But with Aquarius sun here, like, it's supposed to be about we the people. And so, like, we the people, like, are we aware of what our leaders are doing around our resources? Also, too, I'm wondering if something comes out about Trump wanting Greenland for the resources, Canada for the resources. There's a reason he's going after these places, and it's for the resources there. Side note. In our own personal life, though, like, how are we taking care of the resources within our family? Are we being a leader here within our family and showing up in a way that helps guide them in the right direction so that they have what they fucking need? Whether that be around their school and education, and we'll get into that later in the year, okay? There's going to be talks of that this year too, I think. Anytime Taurus is in the mix. It always reminds me of education. A lot of people like, shut the fuck up. This Gemini third house. Fine, fuck you. But we're still learning shit in the second house. And it's about our material needs, where we're getting our safety and security stuff met. There's a lot of learning going on before you get into the educational like system per se. And so like this is foundational work. And so I'm wondering if they're stripping education down to the foundational bare bottoms. Like, we know that that's on the plan, okay? But like, and again, we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves, but these are the themes that are going to be coming up this week. What are our leaders doing with our resources? Are they misusing them? Are they, with the square here, we're going to hear something difficult. It's going to be kind of scary, okay? So just brace for it this week. But at the same time, how are you being a leader in your own life? How are you taking action here in a way that you know, that you trust, that you feel confident in? Is there something happening here within the fucking world that's asking you to stand up and be a leader in your life in some way, shape, or form? But maybe we're worried. Listen, with Uranus in the mix, maybe you're worried about doing something, but that's the exact clarion call. That is the tower fucking card. So there's a tower situation going on. How do I stand up and establish what the fuck is working, what the fuck isn't? Going back to that foundational issue, making sure that it's good from the foundation up. Maybe rebuilding with new people, places, and spaces this week. For real. Look in your chart where Leo is. Look in your chart where Uranus is, so that you can see the two houses here that we're going to be that they're going to be duking it out. Okay, but we'll get a better understanding around some of the themes that are going to be coming up for you guys. Okay, last thing I want to say is at least a positive note. Okay, on Valentine's Day the 14th, I believe Mercury moves into the sign of Pisces. Now listen, before we get to the good stuff, it's in its detriment and fall there. So that's rough because it's very dreamy. Mercury likes facts and figures. Don't fuck. Okay, and gossip. Facts and figures and gossip. They really want that good information. With Pisces here, they have a tendency to be a little delulu. Or there's magical thing. And listen, no fucking hate. Every sign's delulu in their own fucking way. But baby, if your sign is in fall and detriment in Mercury, that means it does not fucking work here. It's difficult to communicate. It's hard to understand what the other person's saying if we're looking for facts and figures, and this is very hard trying to identify what's right, real, and true. But what it's beautiful for, love sonnets, telling somebody how the fuck you feel. Maybe also too, dreaming of new goals in the future. This would be an excellent time, I think, Valentine's Day, to write a love letter to somebody, really telling somebody how you feel. Maybe like planning for goals in the future, or like if there's some kind of love or something important here, maybe write it down by Valentine's Day so that you've kind of got in front of you what your wish list is. Now, whether or not things come to fruition going forward is going to be up to however the fuck you plan it out, right? But like, I think what's important here is, you know, at least on Valentine's Day, this should be beautiful. This should be nice. Hopefully people are writing each other sonnets and not just mailing middle fingers. Yay! There's the reality for that too. But I think for the most part, you know, Mercury being and going into Pisces on Valentine's Day just speaks very sweetly to romance. So yay for that. Okay. Maybe too, this would be a good time to really think about saying how you feel to somebody. Like, what are your true fucking feelings here? And maybe getting a little flowery with it. You might find that you got more feelings than you thought you were aware of. Do you know what I'm saying? So just don't get lost in the delusion. Don't get lost in what somebody just tells you. Make sure their words and their actions align. Okay? Okay. But guys, other than that, this week's gonna be wild, be bombastic, but I think it's asking you to stand up and be a leader somewhere in your life. Where is this tower moment asking you to stand up? Where is this Uranus square tower bullshit happening at the full moon? You know, how is this going to help? How is this going to help me to rebuild? How is it going to help me to identify what's no longer working? And where am I being asked to stand as a leader here and take charge? We fucking got this. Okay? Okay. I love you guys. I hope the bat wasn't too much, because that's the jam. Okay. Again, if you guys want that link, I'll link it. I got it on Amazon. I'll link it in the in the comments. Let me know what the fuck is up. Okay. I love you guys. Let's move into the next screen. Choose any and all cards that you're drawn towards, and we got this. Hi, card pick number one. You guys got an interesting card. Let's talk about it. It's actually, I think, pretty on point for a lot of the shit going on this week. You guys got a mundane, regular, everyday card. Thank you, baby Jesus. We got the Two of Coins. Got the Two of Coins. I love this card, just the imagery with it, because this is when I get to say, this is why women live longer. Okay, look at that. Only a dude would put 3 chairs like that and be like, oh, let me fix the roof, or let me put up that photo. What? I don't know. It just always makes me think that way. All right. So anytime coins shows up, this is going to talk to us about our safety and security issues. Earth element here needs to taste it, touch it, see it, smell it to know that it's fucking real. So there's a real practicality to this element, I think. For me, a lot of times when earth element comes up, it's going to talk about what are we building? What are we building here? And usually that's like a family or a career. Education too, I think usually comes up. Usually education though, I'm looking at this more for kids or children. So like high school and below. Doesn't always have to be, but for me personally, that's the way it shows up a lot. Again, there's a huge, I would say spotlight on safety and security, and a lot of times this has to do with our money. I do want to say as well that coins moves the fucking slowest. So I'm looking at maybe months to years here, and with the number 2, we're looking around the second of a month, 2 years, maybe 2 months, 2 years. This is also going to reference the month of February. Guess what, babe? I'm sorry, I lied. You got a major arcana card now. You're like, wait, Sarah, is that how it works? Only with me. Hey. So I noticed that whenever I pull a card within the month that we're in, like a mundane regular card, like 6 of Coins in the month of June, all of a sudden that 6 of Coins is super pumped up. So with it being the month of February and you guys got the 2 of Coins, this is with the number 2 here, this is going to talk about partnerships. This is about maybe finding an even keel. Maybe this is a finding equilibrium, starting to like maybe balance out 2 different places that have been topsy fucking turvy. Looking at the way we're handling shit. Hey, like fucking slapping shit together ain't working. Please don't climb on the fucking furniture like this. Jesus H. All right. But I do want to say this is around partnerships. And I think the 2 of Coins is mainly around money and finances. This is what it usually talks about. This could even talk about like maybe balancing work versus home, who I am individually versus partnership with the 2s here. Okay. But this is going to pump up this message for you for the entirety of February. So balance, baby. And I'm sure half of you guys were like, fuck you. Yeah, fair. Okay. I don't want to hear it either. I don't want to fucking hear it either. But I think here there's something important when earth element comes up and it's talking about balance and it's specifically talking about money and resources. You know, going from all to feast or famine. And so if we're rocking back and forth in our finances, first of all, may I say this? Let's just go rude right off the bat. Do we have any issues? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of issues of mama and mama healing, mama trauma, mama drama coming up, okay? A lot of times when we have issues around money, we can't seem to get financially stable or safe and secure with our resources and money. It's because we've got a core wound back to mama. Not always, okay? So also too, for some of you guys, if stuff has been coming up this month, how is your mom with money? Did your mother value herself? Did we pick up some of these issues? Do we value ourselves? Do we value women? What do we value around money and resources? Is that the only thing we care about, right? And so again, we got to get back into equilibrium. So if there's also a mama core issue healing wound stuff coming up, please, I'm begging you this month, sit down and face this, because this is one of the keys to getting back on track. I really fucking mean that. And you're like, but Sarah, I've been doing everything but therapy. Welcome to the fucking collective, babe. Welcome to the collective. Now, I go to therapy once a week, every week. That's for a multitude of different reasons, because my trauma from my childhood was horrific. Number 2, because I'm still teasing through some of that stuff, and I'm learning how to reparent myself in a way where I'm safe and secure in this world, and I don't need others to make me feel that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Codependency issues, you know what I mean? And on top of that, making sure I'm up to date. I'm facing myself. I'm taking care of my shit so I can come into fucking readings with you guys, look at you in your eyeballs and say, do the fucking work. Because not only am I doing it myself, but I understand and I'm reaping the benefits of that shit. I'm able to stand here as a channel and help you guys with whatever the fuck is going on, okay? So don't be afraid to do that fucking work coming from somebody who's doing the fucking work and is not the fuck above you, okay? Baby, I'm in the trenches. In the trenches. Continuing to learn, and it'll probably be lifelong, but it is what it is. I do want to say here with the Two of Coins, if we were looking maybe for a yes or no, I would say that this is a no this week, unless we're able to face some of these issues that I brought up. We're able to find an equilibrium. We're really talking about the balance here and working diligently towards it, because Earth element, again, this could be like for the last 2 years we've been having financial issues. This month, February, is going to bring it to a head. This could even be about our resources and feeling safe and comfortable in the fucking world. What are my safety and security needs being taken care of? Or maybe I'll notice when my safety and security needs aren't getting taken care of, I funnel that into buying bullshit I don't need to fill the emotional void. If I hit somebody right on the head, I'm sorry, okay? But like, we've got to deal with this. And it's not like any of us haven't done that shit. So no judge zone, okay? There's that. Now, if we're looking around like love and relationships, again, there's something going on here with some of the relationships this week. We're seeking balance. We're seeing who's actually like reciprocal to us. Maybe also too, we're reaching out and working with those who's got the resources. Who do I actually want to be around? Who makes me feel totally out of whack, or who brings me back into equilibrium, especially around relationships this week. If we were wondering what somebody thought about us with the Two of Coins, I think they're going back and forth. This is hot and cold shit, and I don't fucking trust it, babe. If anybody is hot and cold on you, I just think like, and especially if there's been a while between you guys, or like we've been seeing each other for a hot fucking minute, like take that as a fucking no. Don't let somebody yank your ass around. Don't assist them in hurting you. They're showing you with their actions that they cannot, will not, are unable to be consistent. And if you have safety and security needs around that, recognize what the fuck is going on here so that you can remove yourself from the situation. Okay? Because you deserve partnerships that show up, that are working on it as hard as you fucking are. Because also, too, with this card, it feels like you're the only one trying to balance something here. I would also say, too, some of you guys this week need to sit down and have a real fucking conversation with your motherfucking partner around money, finances. I mean that. Okay? Sit down and get fucking real. Baby, for the next couple years, it's going to be frugal time, okay? It's not saying you can't go out and have fun, but like if you got to take care of your bare bone, have you seen the electric bills? Have you seen the grocery bills? Have you seen the gas bills? Have you seen any of the bills? No, I don't want to look at them either, okay? But I fucking have to. So I can have a roof over my head for my fucking kid. I can feed my kid and, you know, take care of the family, same as my husband, right? And so that also means us getting on the same page and goals around our finances. So it feels like for a lot of you guys this week, maybe we're having to do that. Maybe we're sitting down and talking about these things. February is the fucking month. And I would say too, it'd be interesting. Maybe this goes back to the 2nd as well. Okay. And so maybe we started the conversations then. And at this point, like we're really noticing the imbalance here. Maybe even one of you guys is spending more than the other. Like we just got to get it in check. Okay. And if somebody's spending on so much fucking extra shit, are they trying to make up for an emotional hole around their safety and security instead of just taking care of the safety and security issue? Listen, sometimes Ulta does make it better. Sometimes buying a piece of jewelry or buying an emotional support bat, it really does make you feel better, okay? There's sometimes those material things, we fucking need them. But I think this week it's coming down to, and especially if you're having this conversation with a partner, what do we actually need? What is a part of our safety and security? And how the fuck do we take care of that? Together, not just one person handling this. That's wild. Work together as a partnership, okay? This is more like friends, family, home kind of relationships. Again, this just feels like people are struggling financially. Maybe some people have lost their jobs here. Maybe here a partner has lost the job. So now we're trying to figure out how the fuck do we rebalance this? How do we stay afloat in this fuckery and chaos until we can get back into a more stable space? Work smarter, not harder. And again, this helps if you have a partner. Notice there's only one person carrying it all there. Too much. Too much. All right. Also, too, how do we support friends, family? Maybe also, too, here, just side note, maybe one of you guys needs like kitchen table, kitchen chairs or something. Maybe there's something here about bartering. Side note. All right. Or maybe looking at things that we can barter too. Okay. So if we don't necessarily have the money, maybe we've got another resource somewhere else. This is getting frugal, getting smart about it. Okay. Last thing I want to say around love and relationships, maybe a friend here has been let go and a friend's been relying on us more. Maybe a friend needs a place to stay, but we need to make sure that like we can, because this would be taking care of you and the other person. Do you know what I'm saying? So make sure that this person's able to get another job, able to help with this. It's not just you carrying this thing. Okay. Okay. That could even go for family, relationships, whatever. Don't let some, and this is just a term people use for some of these dudes that just get into a relationship to have a place to live. Hobo-sexual. I think that's the funniest shit. Don't let, if you got somebody here who just is jumping to a relationship and happens to not have a place that they're living at right now, I need you to fully give this person more time to make sure their words and actions align. Okay, so just be careful. Be careful. All right, now if we're looking around work and career, some of you guys may have lost your job. This is instability. Maybe some of you guys are getting your hours cut. Maybe some of you guys were promised something and now they're going back on it. This has caused some kind of problem here around how we're going to take care of shit. Some of you guys are thinking about doing up to 2 or 3 jobs, but you also need to consider your energy. And are you the only one doing that? Especially if you're in partnership. Are there other people here that can help or support? How do we work together towards a goal? But I think within work and career, a lot of you guys are worried about your business surviving. A lot of you guys are worried about if you're getting fired or hours reduced or money reduced, like how the fuck are we going to make ends meet? Some of you guys are even considering, I think some of you guys are considering starting 2 new businesses. I would actually consider 1 right now. 1. Please don't bite off more than you can chew around work and career, okay? Understand your energy needs as well. And maybe just do enough here that takes care of the bare bone basics, your safety and security stuff, okay? Okay. Maybe also too, some of you guys at work are asking for more safety and security protocols and measures. That doesn't make me feel great. So I feel like for some of you guys, if you're asking for that or we're trying to go for help, just make sure that your place is actually listening to you guys and that they're not giving you bullshit like we don't have enough money. Yes, they fucking do. They can pay the people that work for them, or I'm sorry, if they can pay the higher ups astronomical amounts of money, the bare bone basics they can do is buff up our fucking security where the fuck we're at. Or at very least like fix the security cameras, fix the security stuff for some of you guys. That's doesn't make me feel great. And if they say it's, oh, money, where are your record profits going then? Is it up somebody's nose? Okay. With the 2 of coins, I swear to y'all, the higher ups have a thing for cocaine, ketamine, fucking putting shit up their nose. Like, no thanks. And then, listen, that's not everybody. Okay, that was a general sweeping statement. I'm just saying for a lot of these assholes up there, just feels appropriate. And for somebody here, it just feels fucking appropriate to say that shit. Anyways, also too, last thing here with the 2 of coins, maybe here we've got 2 companies trying to buy out. Maybe there's 2 people going for a position. Maybe you're one of them and you're not sure you're going to get it. Again, with the 2 of coins here, I would just say around work and career, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure that we've got our resume out, even if we still get yes from a place, because it might not work out. The healthcare package, the financial, whatever the fuck here, they might go back on. So make sure you've got multiple options so that you can take good care of yourself, okay? Now around health and healing, coins forever and always will look like freckles and moles to me. So please go get your skin checked. I'm not playing around. This might be up to 2 moles here that we need to sit down and figure out what the fuck we're doing. 2 coins here too would also make me feel like financially, maybe we've got 2 surgeries or 2 major health issues here that are financially draining the fuck out of me and my family. And this is we're doing everything we can to stay afloat, but And so how can we find financial assistance? How can we do something maybe creative here on the side to help pay for some of these extra things? I wish we lived in a better world than that. You deserve better. You deserve a better world than that. We had all these things we can do when we came down here to this place. And this is what we chose to do. Credit. Two of coins around health. So just make it profit over people. Okay, is some of the issues that we're going to be dealing with this week. And so how do we take care of ourselves and others? But I just think health-wise, this is, again, working with others towards a goal. And so if we're the only one and we're fucking drowning, how do we call out for help? This is asking for a partner to come forward. You're not asking for anything crazy or financial assistance. Maybe going to the bank and seeing how maybe a consolidation loan, or just working in ways here that we can like make this easier and make it make more sense. Okay. Okay. I just feel like with the health in terms, we've got a couple things we're juggling here. This feels financially out of our fucking hands. How do we handle this? How do we pay for this? We're going to need to get real about maybe what we need to give up or what we got to do extra on the side. Maybe there's a creative something we can pull upon to sell and make extra money. You guys get the fucking jam. Whatever the fuck you do, tell other people what's going on so that you can get help and support. Fuck. If we were looking for a message this week to help other people, considering the chaos nightmare that we're living in right now, the Two of Coins, I think this is bringing back equilibrium, showing people where their power is and where their resources are, which is a lot of times right in here. But also reminding people, this is where the resources, you can get your resources here. Let's make sure that we're looking out for each other. Reminding people of the middle space. Yes, things are horrific, but let this radicalize you into taking action. Okay. And so being that voice of reason, being that safety and security person, reminding people where their safety and security is, where their resources are, so that we can come back to equilibrium. And thank you for the work that you're doing. Guys, we got this. Okay. So just know, Two of Coins, find that fucking middle ground, please. Please and thank you. Hi, card pick number 2. You guys got kind of a hard card, but it's a mundane one. Let's talk about it. You guys got the Five of Cups. That's a sad, sad hoe, you know? Crying tears in the rain. Listen, I appreciate the dramatics. Yay! I appreciate it. It's not like some of us haven't pretended like we were in a music video when we're sad and it's raining outside, okay? So there's that. Whatever cup shows up, guys, let's go talk about our emotions. So where are we emotionally? It's a call to be here and present in this moment, making sure that we're showing up in it so that we're not freaking out about the future or stuck in the past about something. But unfortunately, one of the things that water has to worry about is nostalgia, for better or for worse, and getting stuck in the past about stuff. They just have a difficult time. They care very much. They emotionally get attached. And so when things don't work out, it hurts and it lasts and it lingers and it stings. And so one of the huge things for water element is to learn the art of letting the fuck go. Can you imagine telling that to a Scorpio, that's got a vendetta? They're going to laugh in your face. So don't bother with Scorpio, please. You're going to get okay. And they're going to do what they want. They're just going to be real quiet about it. Okay. But for the most part, I mean, Cancer, oh boy. Pisces, we know, can't get over their exes. Cancer can't get over anything from childhood. Like, I have a Cancer moon, so I can say that. Fuck all y'all. Hey! Like, my childhood is absolutely deeply affecting me. But again, I had severe trauma there. It was really bad. So that's why I'm getting help. That's why I'm supporting myself. So I can speak from experience, okay? So whenever these, the water element comes up, we're stuck in the past about something, especially if it's a difficult card like the number 5 here, okay? So 5s, whenever they come up, they talk about chaos, fuckery, transformation. This is big shit going on. But it usually takes us down. Like 4, we're working in groups here. We're working together. 3s and 4s working together. 5, it's solo again for a second because some shit just went down. We got to figure this out for a minute. We got to reference back to self. And so whenever the 5 of Cups comes up, this is a card of grief, loss, sadness, deep sadness. and regret. It's kind of looking at our actions. Maybe for a lot of us, we are unconsciously like rolling around out there, being mean, being nasty, maybe lashing out, having a hard time around our relationships right now because there is grief rolling around in the background with you. And so I know for a lot of us, we've cut off people from our lives. We said, especially if you're not down with this Nazi bullshit. Like, get the fuck out. I'm not dealing with this. If you're 10 toes down on that Nazi shit, get the fuck away. And we've been having to do that to friends, family. Businesses. Like, it's been, so there's a lot of people, I think, that are feeling lost right now. They're feeling sad. They're feeling heartbroken. There's grief. And really with the Five of Cups, what's interesting is that for whomever the grief is going on and the difficulty, this can be a self-inflicted card if we're not aware of the grief rolling around. So if you notice that around the person, they could easily throw up their hands and get that whole thing off of them. And they don't have to jump in the water, okay? Look at it. It looks like he's like, should I? Because everything is shit. Baby, step back. Yay! Step back. For real. If emotionally it feels like this week, we're grieving the world, we're grieving the things going on, we're grieving what's about to come up. Step back from the edge for a second and let this radicalize you. Don't let it make you turn in on yourself and hurt yourself and shell up so that you don't come out in the world. We need you now more than ever to use your voice, to use your incredible gift of intuition and knowing to trust yourself so that you can teach us these things and help us through this right now. So whoever is grieving and just wants to hide, I hear you, okay? But this card is saying that your grief is rolling around and it's maybe making you act in ways that you normally wouldn't, or this is a part of the issue with other people. And listen, I'm not negating your grief. I'm not negating your anger. I think for a lot of us, we feel like it's righteous because it is. We're standing up for people's literal fucking lives. It's a whole 2025, and you would think that I was talking about 1824. Do you know what I'm saying? Wild. So with the Five of Cups here, again, there's a lot of sadness. Maybe we're dealing with other people this week that we've had problems, and we're getting word or we're hearing from other people that like this person's really sad about it, you know? And so I just want to say with the Five of Cups here, this can be a card of reconciliation, but are we ready to sit down and face our grief? Because we're going to have to work through it. And it's maybe making us act out in ways that aren't in alignment with who we actually fucking are. Okay? That's for anybody listening. Shit, I even need to fucking hear that shit. Do you know what I mean? I got to make sure that like in my hate of Nazis, I don't just take out everybody in my fucking path. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, I know I got my emotional support back. But like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should probably watch the Astrofuckery, okay? But like, all I'm saying is with the Five of Cups here, there's grief rolling around and it's kind of motivating everything that we're doing. How are we acting? Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, this would make me feel like a no. And with the number 5 here, I'm looking at 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 years. Cups move second to slowest. So I'm looking at like weeks to months, okay? But also, too, I'm going to read these like the months. I'm going to reference towards the month of May. So I do think that these themes are going to come out, or maybe last May. There's a call here to the last May. But I do think here these things are going to come to a full culmination. So if right now this week we're feeling this energy and we're hurt, we have until May here to kind of sit down, really figure this out, maybe get some therapy in, really start helping us to manage these feelings so that we can channel them in the right fucking direction, which is calling your reps, standing up for the right people, going to marches, taking action, calling out the people around you that are down with fucking Nazi shit. Okay? We need you out there. We need you. I do want to say here, can I also say this too? Like around love and relationships with the Five of Cups. Who's worth the fight? So there might be some people you're like, no, fuck that. I'm done with them. There's some people you're really missing. You're really hurting. Go and talk to them. Okay? Reach out to them. And let's see if we can have a conversation here to like work some shit out. I think that that's important. Okay? Okay. Because I would guarantee that the other person's sad too. Especially if this is someone you love, like family, like friends. Okay? I actually had one of my family members come over last week, drive like 5 hours away to come tell me that they were sorry. That's never happened to me before in my family, ever. It wasn't immediate family, but like still, you know, it was a cousin to come and tell me, and like, it was reparative as fuck. It was reparative as fuck. And it was actually a beautiful moment because I feel a little bit safer and better in the world. You know what I'm saying? Okay, okay. So, with that being said, I just think the Five of Cups here around love and relationships is hard. This maybe also too, we're missing somebody, we're grieving somebody here, and we can't stop thinking about it. And this world would just, I would feel safer, I would feel better in this world if this person was still here. Baby, I hear you. So please know too, whenever you pull the Five of Cups, and especially if you're missing somebody in spirit, I need you to know that this person is aware of your deep, profound sadness. And I don't know why I just keep getting this imagery, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, maybe this also has to do with an anniversary that either just happened or is about to occur. So it's like they keep showing me roses. So I do feel like here, like this person's trying to honor the anniversary. Maybe you're trying to honor an anniversary. It's already a difficult time of year. There's already bullshit and fuckery going on in the world. And it's like, everybody get the fuck away from me. Go and deal with your grief this week. And let's notice here, or let's start to pay attention to how grief is motivating me. Maybe also, too, being cognizant, aware of how grief is motivating other people within the bullshit that they're doing. Okay? Okay. I'm not saying excuse it, but it helps us understand why, and then we can come up with a better plan on how to resolve this, if that's appropriate. Okay. I think overall for relationships, though, Five of Cups it's a hard fucking card. We've hurt ourselves here in some way, or maybe somebody else has. But again, this is asking us to self-reflect. Are we hurting and harming others because we're hurting and harming? Or we've been hurt and harmed? And so we don't need to continue this. Coming from the lady who bought the emotional support bat for Nazis, I feel like that's the only category we can say okay to that too. Hey, because babe, their whole point is they want us dead. They want to kill us. So somebody's going to die today. Ain't going to be me. Hey, not with my fucking bat. All right. So anyways, all I'm saying is with the Five of Cups, like, this is really hard right now. Maybe we're pushing people away because of the state of the world. Maybe we're missing somebody in spirit. Maybe we just had to cut off a lot of people. This week around relationships, sit down and look at the motivating factor for why we did what we did. If you feel good and comfortable, or moral reason why you did what the fuck you fucking trust yourself. And sit down and deal with that grief. Deal with the grief this week in terms of relationships. No more turning away, because baby, it's actually making you go back inside when we need you to be out loud and proud. But also at the same time, we got to recognize when there's grief going on and take a break here to heal that too. So know yourself, know your story, know where the fuck you're at. Get the extra support here this week around relationships and self. And just know here that, like, grief is a wild motivating factor too for some people as well. Okay, so let's see how some people act in that grief, or maybe there's something that comes up this week that will help us to understand better around a relationships that somebody's grieving and they're not in their right mind here for some people. Okay. Okay. Now, if we're looking around work and career, well, this has got the feeling like, again, somebody lost their job, or they lost an opportunity, or they were just really fucking hoping for something. Maybe too, with the Five of Cups here, we didn't fucking trust our intuition. And well, my cat just came in and made a noise, so I think that was true for somebody. Hey, hi, Kira. Like, I just think with the Five of Cups here in the work and career section, like, we fucked something up. We didn't listen to our intuition. Maybe we were so full of grief around like what the fuck's been going on that we weren't paying attention to the work situation, or we're just not getting our work done because we just don't feel inspired by this place. Maybe this place literally wants, we want to just put my feet in cement, drop me to the bottom of the river because I can't fucking take this place anymore. I would also say too that, again, maybe a lot of you guys have gotten released or fired from jobs. There's difficulty here on the work situation with the Five of Cups. Maybe also too, you got let go of because there was a fight at work between you and another person. So again, it's just asking you to really pay attention to, is grief rolling around in the background? What am I doing towards other people? How are my relationships right now? Am I pushing people away? But within work, like, this might have been a situation where you fought with somebody and maybe they felt like you were in the wrong, or we lost our job, or there's some kind of grief here that's rolling around in the background that's fucking with us at our work. We can't even sit down. There's a feeling here that like my grief is stopping me from doing the work that's important. And I can identify with that too. The last couple of weeks, oh my God, I just didn't have the energy for it. Do you know what I mean? This requires a lot of energy. Me getting up here, reading these cards, picking up everything, opening up to spirit, doing my makeup is usually the most taxing one at the beginning. So I just think that there is some important wild things happening this week around work and career. And if you feel like you don't have the energy for it because you are consumed with grief, because the world, what the fuck. And maybe too, this job maybe offered you or promised you some things that's not coming the fuck through on. So we're going to have to make new decisions this week, babe. And again, I think a good therapist or a good support system, somebody here to really help you deal with that fucking grief. Make sure you're dealing with it. Extra points here this week if you're thinking about going to grief work, grief counseling, helping people maybe here to die or to pass over, like a death doula. I would say here with the Five of Cups, anything having to do with grief. So in support of that, helping people identify, soothing through it, working through it. If you wanted to learn EFT and teach other people how to do that, tapping, fucking right. Especially gear something here towards grief because people are going to need it. Okay. I just think too, if you work in any community at all, if we focus some work on grief work this week, it will help a lot of people around us. My God. Check in emotionally with, people around you this week. Nobody's doing well. Straight up. All right. If we're looking around health and healing, I hate to say this, babe, but there's something going on right now where I think, first of all, you are not drinking enough water. You need to know that you are air frying your heart, your brain, your lungs, your liver, your colon, all of it. I don't want to smell an air fried colon, okay? Drink your fucking water. Drink your fucking water. Number 2, health and healing. We got to deal with our grief. This is the most important. This is the card of grief and self-sabotage, to be honest, at least emotionally speaking. So this just feels like with the Five of Cups around health this week, maybe getting with a good therapist, talking about relationship issues, helping me so that I can deal with maybe the passing or the death of someone or something, so that I can be more present within my relationships, and especially the one with myself, so that I want or I can take care of my health. For a lot of you guys, you haven't been taking care of your health because you've been grieving. I just did a yoga video for the first time in like 4 weeks. Oh my God. We've got to get back in. For a lot of us, that first instinct is to back off of the healing, is to back off and to go into hermit mode, not take care of shit. So I just think this week is presenting a couple different opportunities around our health. I think it all kind of points back to grief. How are we dealing with it? Are we dealing with it? Making sure we're not hurting and harming others. Okay. Where appropriate. And making sure around our grief and healing work this week. I think it's just, if we're having health issues, and especially heart stuff, I would feel like that has to do with grief too. So if you're having cardiovascular issues and they can't figure out what the fuck's going on, your heart looks good, your valves look good, maybe I would like to suggest it's grief. You're grieving and your heart's broken. That came through so goddamn strong, okay? So again, I feel like it goes with the theme. It lets us know what the fuck is up. And again, with this number 5 here, maybe this call back since the month of May, we've been dealing with health issues and health stuff. Or maybe something happened here, somebody passed away or some kind of grief situation happened back in May. Or again, here by this upcoming May, we've got time here to work on that grief, sit down and face our shit and take good care of ourselves. So that we don't have to carry this grief around. Because that starts to hurt your system. It hurts your body. It hurts your mind, your heart, your soul. And it pushes people away from you when all you want is connection, right? So don't be afraid to face that this week, my darling, my love. And to find good ways to channel this grief into something that you emotionally give a fuck about. And let it transform you. Let this transform you this week, okay? Let the grief transform you and make you bigger, like a bigger vessel to... Because that's what we do. The pain and the hurt never goes away. We grow from it so that we can handle it. So I just think if there's a message this week on how you can help other people, help them address their fucking grief and how scared they feel and how much they're holding up. Call to the people that you know are doing that right now. Make sure to get them out of that space. Help them to find action here and help them to kind of face what's going on emotionally. Okay? If you can do anything this week and be a voice for others, reason for others, help people identify where their grief is coming from so that they stop self-sabotaging. They can get back out here and help with what we're doing, but also help in their own life. Okay? And thank you for what you're doing. You got this. All right. Card number 3. You guys got a mundane card, everyday card. So this is going to kind of bring it back home for some of you guys. And it's funny. I say that because you guys got the 4 of Swords. Look at that guy. He's like, leave me the fuck alone. Can I just nap? Thank you. Cheers, sir. Listen, whenever swords come up, they're going to talk about our mental space. So where the fuck are we mentally? There's a call to be here and present in this moment. Are we freaking out about the future? Are we stuck in the past? It's really asking you to think about or to pay attention to what you're thinking and speaking about, because it's saying, like, what are you manifesting? What are you speaking and thinking about? So, swords here also too, I find it to really talk about like truth, balance, fairness, justice. So some of these themes might be coming up this week. With the number 4 here, this is going to make me feel like 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 farts. Okay. Swords is second to quickest. So I'm looking at days, well, I would say maybe weeks to months. Okay. But also too, I read these like the month. So there might be a callback to the month of April, or this might be saying that in April, these things are going to come to a full culmination. Okay. With 4s too, I find that they talk a lot about foundations and a lot about home. Think about the 4th house in astrology, right? So I just think here with the 4 of Swords, there's a call here maybe to, this is my card of chill the fuck out, release your mind on the thing, release your mind. We need peace, chill, meditation right now. Chill the fuck out. Get your hands off of it. Chill the fuck out. Okay. I think a lot of us could use that fucking message this week, but there's so much work to be done. All right. So with the 4 of Swords here, I just think that this is, I think the 4 of Swords this week is telling you to, instead of saying or thinking or speaking out about something, sitting on something until we have the right proper foundational information so that we know what the fuck we're talking about. Okay. We might also get some information this week when the 4 of Swords shows up that makes us just want to stay home. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but that's been every fucking day. So I'm slowly but surely coaxing myself back out. We're doing it. We're getting there. 4 of Swords is just, it can be hard because it really just kind of does pin us down here to a space, if you notice. Okay. Traditionally, too, another deck's like the Rider-Waite. There's a person in a coffin, hands up in prayer, just chilling. Okay. So I do think with the 4 of Swords here, it's just saying whatever fear, whatever mental fuckery is coming in, chill the fuck out for a second, put it down, and maybe go take a nap. Is usually how I see this card, okay? You need rest, okay? We need rest. We need rest. We need peace. With that being said, and again, with this call here to the month of April, or maybe even calling back to the month of April, with Swords again moving second to quickest, weeks to months, okay? Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, this would be another no card, I think. This card is a no just because it tells you to shut the fuck up, observe, listen. Maybe we don't have the proper foundational information that we need in order to launch something or to talk about something or to help within the family or home situation, okay? Whatever we might be building here from a foundation up to, maybe there's just difficulty here at home to sometimes too with the 4 of Swords. All right. If we're looking around love and relationships, just what I said. But also too, this is, I would actually say do not respond to somebody for a hot fucking minute. Maybe wait until April. Maybe wait for another 4 weeks. Okay, like another month before we respond. We need to think about what we're going to say. We need to think about the information that's coming through. We need to think about our words before we fucking utter them. Okay, okay. If this is around like a love relationship, same thing. Hold your fucking tongue. Maybe here too, if you're worried about somebody, maybe a partner here. I think somebody, this is one of my signs of possible depression, okay? Minimally the beginning stages of it with the Four Swords here. And so maybe there's some difficulty going on at home for somebody. Maybe they feel like they're pinned to that space and they can't really move, and that's depressing. Or there's something really depressing and shitty going on at home, and it's like all consuming for them and they just need a fucking break. Okay? So I think for some people, they're just going through it mentally right now. They're trying to figure it out. But they might be pulled to home or stuck at home to consider a situation. Okay? I think if we're looking around, like, and that feels more to me like friends maybe. So just checking on some of your friends this week, making sure everybody's okay. Where are they at mentally? Making sure that they feel safe and secure. Or like helping them figure out what they want to say or finding the right information to support them. Okay? Maybe also, maybe you get to deliver a message this week to somebody to let them know that, like, hey, chill the fuck out. Do you know what I mean? But I think for the most part, this feels like don't respond to nasty text messages or emails or bullshit. Somebody here might try to reach out to destroy or upset your peace. You can give them the taint, babe. Okay. You can lick my balls. I'm chilling. Okay. Anything for family. This just feels like for some of you guys, we're going to have to make a decision around maybe family work, family relationships. And it feels like this week we're stuck. We're almost pinned down to family. This almost feels frustrating. Like for some of you guys, you want to break free. So maybe we're also considering, some of you guys with Four Swords, when to break free, when would be the right time to speak about something. Because right now it's fucking leveling me. This is too much. For the most part, though, if you know somebody that's hurting, reach out to them. Maybe go out and do something fun. Come to their house, bring some food. Okay? Oh, one sec. Gotta get the kid. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, essentially just check on your people if they're not doing good this week, okay? Just reach out to your people, make sure that they're doing okay. This would not be, in terms of relationships, a good time to respond to anything. I think it maybe until April. Another 4 weeks, another 4 days, like if something comes through this week, okay? Maybe just, you're like, all the way till April? Yes, I mean it all the way till April. That's how long it takes you to fucking deal with this shit, okay? The last thing, and I think I kind of touched on it here with the Four Swords, we're looking at the foundational work of our brain. And so maybe with the home call here, maybe we're going back to the way that we think and we speak about stuff. Maybe we're thinking about the way that we grew up, the foundation that we had that built, the way that we communicate, right? And maybe things there aren't great. There's some depression related to it, or it just feels like, I would actually like to argue for a lot of you guys this week around friendship, love, relationships, even with yourself, that like there's a foundational issue going on here that probably goes back to home, a relationship issue. And did I watch mom and dad? Like, what happened here? How did they communicate with each other? Whose voice is in my head whenever I'm saying things to myself? Okay, is it a positive voice? Is it a negative voice? So there's some foundational work around communication. And what does that look like for me? Has that always been difficult? What did I grow up with? What did I see here? Was it a good foundation? Was it not a good one? And maybe how do we rebuild here? And then in terms of getting away from some family here, it feels like I can't escape, or that I'm stuck, or maybe they didn't teach me the foundational work to go out into the world and live. I didn't know how to write a check until I met my husband. That's really sad. I was 21. All I'm saying is that there was some foundational stuff that wasn't taught. And for a lot of families, sometimes that's their way of keeping people close, not letting them go back out into the world and live. There's a failure to launch here. Maybe we're dealing with a failure to launch here in some kind of issue this week within family and home too, and around relationships. And so what can we do here? And I would say the failure to launch issue is a mental space. So we might be dealing with like a personality disorder or a mental health issue. This could be grief. This could be sadness. This could be depression. Maybe not being able to see like a way for it. Maybe this person just needs a fucking break. So the failure to launch, like, we need to get our ass in gear. But with other people this week, maybe honestly, friendship, love, farting, everything, everybody take a break and think about what we're going to say and what is going through our brains and coming out of our gullets, our pie holes, our donut hole. Oh my God, that's not bad. I've got to work on the phrasing. Woo! So I just foundational work there. What are we doing? If there's a failure to launch situation, we're dealing with somebody. The key here, the problem is here, the relationship, somebody's voice in their head is not their own. I don't know. I want to say fathers. And so if you're not dealing with father and father issue, God bless. Okay. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's an old relationship, some dude that hurt your feelings and said some really fucked up shit. Okay. Challenge the voice in your head this week around relationships and make sure that the one coming through is yours and that it's right. It's real. It's true. Instead of an old version of somebody else from the past trying to keep you safe with fear or guilting the fuck out of you or telling you that you can't do anything. I would also like to argue, and this is not across the board, but for some of these failure to launches, it was designed that way. And so even though the parent is screaming, hemming, and hawing about it, they also did everything in their ability to not give this kid a chance to move ahead, to do the thing, to grow the fuck up, enabling them, taking care of all the, maybe coming even from a good place, trying to take care of the shit that was in their way so that they didn't have to when they needed to learn those fucking lessons. Because this is how we grow and learn. So if it was designed, for some people it was designed that way, and that the issue really here is the parent. And this is why we got a problem here with the young adult or the adult. That person, the adult or the young adult, is still absolutely responsible for their healing. We need to take care of that foundational issue. But I think this person doesn't feel safe enough to go out into the world to take care of themselves. There's foundational issues. Maybe also too, you guys might be dealing, last thing, even though this is a mental card, like speaking, thinking, writing, publishing, things of that nature. Maybe there also is foundational issues at home too. Okay. With your literal foundation, or maybe with what we're thinking the foundation is here around family and home. Are we all even in the same fucking ballpark? Okay. Okay. And listen, if some of you guys have a failure to, and I should stop using that term, but when I say it, you guys know what I mean, because I feel like it's unfair to the kid. But if you guys have like a failure to launch here, an adult that's still staying at the house, is like refusing to do their shit or handle anything, like, I would say one of the prereqs of them being there has to be therapy. Get them in there. Because we've got to deal with the mental health issue that's at play here. Okay. Okay. And listen, this could be as easy for maybe some of you guys are, I'm sorry, use the word, it could be as easy as, because this is not easy. Maybe some of you guys are learning that a child here does have a disability and might have to stay at home here. Okay. And we will be taking care of this kid for longer than what we thought. So there is some difficulty there with like the expectation that most kids, leave, go do their thing when they're 18. Like this kid might be staying longer because of maybe foundational issues with the brain, or like maybe not being able to learn foundational stuff or to help themselves in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Okay. I swear to God, I could keep going with this card. Last thing here, I do feel like some of you guys might be coming in here and helping somebody bedbound. So bringing them food. If you have somebody bedbound in your life right now or that can't move like they used to, check on their mental fucking health. I mean that. Make sure that they're okay there. Okay? Okay. Let's move on to work and career. Ooh, some of you guys feel stuck at a place. You feel like you can't move. So either they're not letting you move up, and there's nothing else that you can go out there and get a job that would like pay the amount that you fucking need to. That makes me kind of angry. Some of you guys here with the Four of Swords need to take a break from work. Like you guys have been overworking it, overtaxing it. Some of you guys are maybe some of you guys might be standing the fuck up for staying at home or working from home. Fucking right. Okay. I do feel good about that. This just makes me feel like this is where I need to be. This is where I belong. Fight me in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I think also too here, I would definitely recommend being home and work, or working from home would be ideal for your mental space. Maybe we could take a sabbatical, or maybe we can do a stint here at home for a month or two, or maybe until April, until we feel like we can get back on our feet. Maybe some of you guys have heard that for work that working from home is shut down come April. You have to come back in. Or maybe like in 4 weeks, 4 days. Do you know what I'm saying? Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I just feel like here around work and career, this is also saying if we have any ideas, sit on them right now. If you're thinking about speaking up about something, sit on it, table it for a second. We may need to find some more foundational information so that we can make sure we're making our base claim is fucking legit. Okay? Okay. Last thing I want to say around work and career, this is excellent for anybody wanting to do precision work. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about being like a surgeon, and we're looking at 4 different modalities that we could go into. Maybe some of you guys want to do psychology, and we're looking at 4 different categories we could go into, but they all deal with home. They all go back to caregivers and caretakers. All this shit you're about to do goes back to home, or has a link there, babe. It just feels like here with the 4 swords, in terms of that work and career, we would do well, best suited in precision work, working from home, so that we can set our own hours and have all the rest that we fucking need to. Because whatever we're doing here is very heavy, taxing, mentally speaking, and we need more rest. Okay. And then finally, health and healing. I mean, we need more rest, baby. You need to get more fucking rest, okay? So we need more sleep. Maybe we need to get to the beach or stick our toes in the sand for some of you guys. Maybe home is the beach for some of you guys, and this is a really good place of healing. And so because it's a beach. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. So getting to the beach, taking care of oneself, like literally just putting up a tent, going, maybe by April here, we're going on a camping trip. That's interesting. Maybe around the 4th of a month that might be happening here, but maybe camping on the beach. It's funny because I literally have a camping on the beach thing coming up in March. So yay. I just think here with health and healing, we need rest. We need recoup. We need to, if something is mentally agitating you, this card is excellent in saying, chill the fuck out, take your foot off the pedal, let it go for a minute so that you can rest, recoup, and like take a nap and come back. We might have a better idea or solution or something else coming up here. Okay. Health-wise too, acupuncture would be amazing. Some of you guys are considering surgery. Could be up to 4 fucking surgeries. Maybe you and 3 other people are getting surgeries. Like, how the fuck are we going to take care of each other? Everybody at home needs surgery. This also feels to me like, again, it's foundational points of the body. So maybe we're looking at hips. We're looking at our joints. We're looking at our knees. We're looking at the core in some way, shape, or form. But I think that would go along with the hips and the back. Okay. So, again, 2 swords here are this is pinning them down in place. So I just feels like here, if we do get a surgery, we're going to be down maybe until April. Just be prepared for that. Or maybe we decide to get that in April so that we can get enough downtime. You need enough downtime to recoup. Thank you. But try acupuncture, try EFT tapping in certain spots, applying pressure to certain parts of the body. Maybe even some of you guys just need a weighted fucking blanket to go to bed or sleep at night, okay? Okay. So, all I'm saying is this is a really heavy week for taking good care of the mental health, taking breaks as needed, taking rest as needed, going to a place that feels like home that's restorative, putting our minds to rest about things, and dealing with foundational issues around communication stemming from our childhood. Okay? Make sure the voice in your head is yours. Now, if there's a message that you were to be here for other people this week, with swords being so legal, remind people to call their representative. Remind some people they can sue their government if they want. Okay? But show them all the right, real, true information so that they can take care of themselves in the best way possible. So signing petitions, calling your representative, writing your rep, like doing all, and you can do all this from home. So like maybe there's a lot of people around you that feel like they don't know what to do. Point them in the right direction. Tell them to get the apps, to go in there and call their rep. Do what the fuck they got to do here so that there's no reason, even if you're home, that you still can't help and make your voice with swords here be heard. Okay, there's no fucking reason. Get out there, say the fucking thing, take action, and then you're able to chill the fuck out. Okay, this will also take care of the foundational issue stuff, and then we'll be able to rest. Okay, all right, guys. For anything else this week, just remember you fucking got this. Okay, with an outlook to the month of April for these themes to come up. So working on it now, make sure that doesn't come to a crisis point when we get there. Okay. Sending you guys all the love. Everything's going to be okay. We got this. Like I said, call your rep. Get a hold of your people. Fucking keep making noise. I love how some people are throwing pee bags at Trump Tower. Self-care, baby. Remember what I said at the front? Self-care. Hey, so do what the fuck you got to do for yourself this week. I love you guys. And thank you for being on this motherfucking journey with me. From my heart. Thank you for the joy, for the honor, and most importantly, for trusting me. I love you guys, and I'll see you out there.